My name is Phumelela Mbande CA, and the South African women's hockey goalkeeper and captain. I'm a firstborn girl child, so very responsible. I love having fun, very sporty. Sport has been a big part of my life. My friends and siblings often describe me as a little bit of an overachiever as well. But yeah, I just like going for the things that I dream about, the things that I want for myself, and just making sure I deliver. So I started playing hockey when I was 10 years old at a very small school in KZN called Linford Primary. I'd never played the sport up until that point. I played my first year and I made the district side, much to my surprise because, like I said, I'd never played the sport. And then I went on to play for KZN under 13 in my grade 7 year. I went to a very academic high school. There was a bit of focus on sport, but academics was the main focus. In my grade 11 year, that's when I realized that I wanted to study accounting and be a CA, and I also then wanted to play hockey. So I did a little bit of research for an ALO project and realized that Tuks was a really good accounting university and also like top 2, top 3 hockey university. So it was a fairly easy decision for me, but I was quite clear about what I wanted. And I was fortunate to make that under 21 side in 2013 for the Junior World Cup. 2013 also happened to be the year that I got my first senior national cap. And I think after making that under 21 side, I then realized that hockey was actually a career, not just, it wasn't something I was really good at and really enjoyed, but it was something that I was working at constantly and consistently. And yeah, I was really fortunate along the way to find people that really supported me, both at university from an academic perspective and the coaches that I worked with. Everyone wanted me to succeed. Everyone said this is impossible, but we'll help you as far as we can. And yeah, that's where I am now. I definitely have a couple. I think the first one is, it was at the World Cup in 2018 when I was named player of the match in a really important game against Argentina. They were world number 3 at the time. We were world number, I think, 15. And we ended up drawing that game 1-1, and I made something like 26 out of 27 shots, saves. So that was really cool. And at that time, no South African goalkeeper had gotten that award before, so that was really great. And then I think the second and probably the biggest highlight was that I was asked to be the flag bearer at the 2020 Olympic Games. That was insane. I didn't believe it. I was like, what are the odds? No team player had been asked before. It's normally individual sports. I think Natalie du Toit is the only other female who'd ever been asked. And I was the first black female, so it was a lot of really big moments for me all at once. And my team was really supportive. Everyone was so excited for me, and obviously Tokyo 2020 is a Special Olympics as well because it almost didn't happen. So just, yeah, really big moment. And then I think probably the most important and closest to my heart is captaining the national team. I'm a goalkeeper, so we aren't usually asked to be captains just because of where we are in the field. But the fact that the coaches, the players found that much confidence in my leadership, that was really big. And I've always been like I said, I'm a firstborn child, so I've always been a leader, but I think thinking you're a leader and actually being shown that you're a leader are two different things. And it was really like a true honor, yeah. It is through a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of support from the people around me. I am a very nocturnal person, so my days generally start a bit later. I get a lot of work done between like lunchtime and 2 in the morning, and then I usually take a break in between to get some hockey out the way, hockey, gym, any running that we need to do. But that's obviously just the operational side of it, but really it's through working with people that really want me to succeed. So my firm, PwC, has been really great in the sense that I've been granted leave when I've needed to get leave, which not many people would do because it is a lot of time away. The managers, the ADs and the partners that I work with have always been really good at supporting me. All I've needed to do is speak up about where I needed help, where where I couldn't commit, where I needed someone else to step in. So that's been really great. And then my coaches as well, who've been really understanding of the fact that I am a professional outside of the profession that is hockey. So that has meant in some instances I have to miss training days at camp. In some instances I'm working till late, so I can't make the morning session. It's been tough, really, really tough this year in particular, I think, with getting more responsibility at work because it's my third year as a manager. We had the World Cup and the Commonwealth Games in 1 year, which is a lot of time away. So I've definitely struggled a little bit more this year than I have in the past. But like I said, all it is has been getting people around me to rally around me and assist me, and really to just speak up where I need the help. So being a CA has added value to my life in the sense that it's taught me that firstly I can achieve anything that I want. CTA was probably one of the hardest years of my life, and the grit and determination that you need to be able to get through that year alone is something that I don't think many people are able to get just through normal day-to-day things. Then the environment that I work in as an auditor has forced me to be a team player, much like I am on the hockey field. So it's a lot easier for me to deal with different personalities, different communication styles on the field, because I do that in my day-to-day work at PwC. Like I work with teammates, I delegate work, I take over other people's work, I have deadlines that I have to meet, I have a list of things that I need to do, that I need to commit to do. Just like on the hockey field, if we've said we have to train 3 times a week for the next 6 weeks, that's what we do. And I think really just the biggest is, working in a team environment. It's never just about me. There's always someone else to think about. There's always someone else to help. There's always someone else to help you if you need to. And I think the values that I've gained through my work environment have definitely contributed to me excelling on the hockey field. And also just articulating my thoughts, my ideas, my dreams really to my teammates. That comes through the articulation I need to do my job every day. So yeah. I think what makes a good hockey player is definitely being a team player. It's never just about you. There's so much more to it. When you don't feel like waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning to go do your session, someone else is doing it. And if you don't do it, you're not just letting yourself down, you're letting everyone else down. And also, there could be someone else in this position who wants it a lot more than you. So I think bearing that in mind, it's easy to motivate yourself to know that, number one, I'm taking a spot that someone else could have, and number two, it's about so much more, like you letting down the entire setup by not doing your part. And then in terms of what makes a good goalkeeper, I think it's being an individual that is able to integrate yourself into a team, because goalkeeping is difficult in the sense that you take a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, and if you can't get yourself out of that space of it's my fault, what if I screw up, your whole game could go to shambles. So even when the team is in a dark space and you can see that we are in trouble, you need to be able to rise out of that and keep your focus. So I always say, like, I'm a team within myself, and I need to always separate myself from what's happening within the team, because I need to have that level head to be able to say, if we keep going on this trajectory, we're going to take another 3 goals. So as much as I'm sad that I took the goal, I need to focus and think about the next action. So I think being sure of yourself as an individual is very important. And I think the fact that I'm a firstborn child helps a lot because I'm used to taking on a whole lot of responsibility. So I think there's different ways that I've been able to make a difference in society, and I definitely have big plans going forward. I come from extremely humble beginnings. I was raised by a single parent. I'm the firstborn of 3 kids, had to get out of school and get working as soon as possible. But I think a lot of what I've been able to achieve, I've achieved through the support and guidance that I've gotten from the people around me, whether it's through financial support with my bursaries or through someone just taking me from A to B to get from my hockey match to my tennis match in school, whatever. But the idea has been that people around me have given me opportunities that I otherwise wouldn't be able to afford. And for my contribution going forward, I'd love to be able to give other kids the same opportunities that I've gotten, with the focus at the moment being on imparting my hockey knowledge through coaching clinics, coaching young players to be able to get the skills that I got much later in life because I'm from a small town. But I think my hockey career, when I've retired, I definitely would love to have a huge focus on using education as a way to upskill people, education and sport as a way to upskill kids, because like I said, hockey paid for a lot of what I've been able to achieve in my academics, and I think a lot of kids deserve that opportunity, and I think we have a lot of talent in South Africa. We just don't always have the resources to assist those kids. And if I could be from Mthatha in the Eastern Cape, a very small village, and be an Olympic flag bearer, I think who else are we missing out there that could have that same opportunity and go out, do great things out there?